Hello and welcome to day 5 of the Living Abundance Challenge. It is such a pleasure to connect with you here live. So please say hello. Please type in if you are joining us here live. It'd be lovely to know who is here with us. Welcome, beautiful ones. And for those of you who are here listening to the recording, welcome to you as well. Hi. Can you hear me? I just want to make sure you can hear me. For those of you who are with me live, can you just type a yes just so I know I'm not talking like a mime? Please. Thank you. Just make sure all the technology is working in our favor today. So lovely to have you here with us. So first, let's give yourself a big warm welcome by breathing deeply into your body, calling yourself present here now. Thank you for letting me know that you can hear me. Wonderful. So while we just give people a minute to jump on live, welcome. Please type in where you are calling in from, because I know we have an amazing global international community network of amazing leaders, change makers, visionaries, those of you who are committed to creating a conscious life, a conscious path, contributing to not only your life but the lives of others. And I think it's essential that we connect, that we know each other. So we've got Marieke in the Netherlands, we know Linda in the UK. And there are people all over the world. Some people are sleeping who are signed up from Australia and New Zealand and the States and Canada. So this live time works better for some of our Europeans. So welcome, Nicola. Welcome, Jessica. So lovely to have you here. I'm so excited. I absolutely love connecting. Welcome, Tanya. So welcome yourself here. Welcome yourself here. I'd like you to take a moment to welcome all of you here now. Part of manifestation, part of creating a life of abundance is about receiving, if it's not completely about receiving. So in order to really receive fully from this session today, you need to be willing to receive yourself fully. And by doing that, I'd like you to bring your full presence and attention to this session for you to receive the full benefits of this session. This doesn't just apply to this session today. This applies to every single area of your life. Every single area of your life. How present and connected are you willing and able to be in this moment? So call yourself here. Breathe yourself in present, and then you'll be able to receive the full benefit of today's session. The full benefit of every single moment of life. What life is ready and waiting to gift to you in every single moment. And today we're going to have a really focused activation to help you do that even more. But these sessions are designed to train you up, so to speak, to bring what we're going to do today into every area of your life. Now we're human beings. We might fall out of that flow. The practice is to keep coming back in, to keep coming back in, to keep coming back in, reconnecting, saying yes to yourself, saying yes to your life in each and every moment. So take a beautiful deep breath into your body and call yourself present here now, being with the intensity of being fully alive in this moment. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You bless us with your full presence. You bless yourself with your full presence as well. I know it's intense. I know it's uncomfortable. This is why I call this the path of the courageous leaders, the courageous conscious leaders, being willing to do and feel and connect in ways that most people are not. So thank you. Bless you. Welcome, Juliet. So what we're going to do today is I am going to start by briefly introducing myself. A lot of you know me, some of you don't. So if you know my story already, just bear with me while I introduce myself. We are going to be taking a deep dive into your vision today. What is aligned for you to manifest at this time in your life, this year 2020 and beyond? We are going to do heart-aligned, guided-aligned manifestations today, getting super crystal clear on what you're being called to manifest and create. We're going to be releasing blocks and obstacles, your abundance blocks to receiving everything that you desire, to becoming everything that you are. And we'll release as much as you are able to release today. We will be embodying what I like to call your wealth frequency, helping you to fully align to your true abundant nature, to your true abundant frequency. And then we'll be really opening up the space to receive. As we do all those practices, you become a vortex of receiving, being able to receive what it is that you truly desire, bringing the walls and barriers down to receiving. Then we'll be really tuning in and listening for aligned action. What is aligned for you to act upon at this time? What are you being guided to actually go out and act on? This is the grounded, practical, physical action that is essential. So from my experience, I say the results of experience in our life are about 80% inner alignment, 20% outer aligned action. And so we want to get fully in that alignment and then actually go out and act, because we have to do that as well. And then I have a really beautiful, special free offer, a free gift for you that I'll be sharing at the end of this call today. And I'm really excited to share that with you as well, because even though we're going to do amazing stuff together, I know that ongoing support is essential for you to keep going. So I will be offering you an opportunity for support, for connecting together one-to-one after this. So thank you and welcome. Oh, I love connecting with you all. Wonderful. So I'm just going to begin by introducing myself for those of you who don't know me. I am Lara Waldman. I am also known as the Abundance Activator. I am from Vancouver, Canada, a beautiful part of the world, and I've been living in London, England for 20 years now, which I can't quite believe. I have 2 daughters, a husband, a dog, and a cat. I love animals and I love children. Basically, I want to just give you a little brief intro to how I got to this point today, to teaching about abundance, manifestation, money manifestation, how I got to this place of coaching amazing leaders and entrepreneurs, business owners, change makers in the world. It's been a journey. I've been on this path consciously working in this field for 20 years now, and it's been a journey, so we don't have like the full length we need for me to share the entire journey, but I'll start with some brief points. So when I grew up, basically I grew up in what looked like on the outside like a pretty idyllic life. We grew up in a wealthy, affluent part of Vancouver. We had a beautiful home. We went, had sailing holidays. We used to go skiing frequently to like the top skiing resorts in the world. We'd go trips to Europe. Everything on the outside looked squeaky clean. So I was very fortunate, obviously, to have this physical experience of affluence. But what happened was when I was 12 years old, my godmother, my mom's best friend, committed suicide. This was a hugely shocking moment in our family, obviously for everybody. This stirred up huge stuff in my mom in particular. It was as if all the unfelt, unacknowledged pain, emotions, traumas that was in her life and also in my parents' marriage just all hit her all at once. And she spiraled into a deep depression. When I was 14 years old, we came home one day to find out that my mom and half the stuff in this house had gone. This was a very shocking, traumatic moment for me in my life, and everything just went dark after that. I went into a very self-destructive patterns. I thought I didn't care. I was like super tough girl. So I started drinking, taking drugs. I was really promiscuous. I was doing a lot of harmful actions. My mom also came out, which was actually a really beautiful thing, but that was also a kind of confusing time as well. And she really suffered with, going through huge change, undiagnosed, but real mental health challenges. She was emotionally unstable. And that was very traumatic for me as well, having a very volatile, emotionally unstable parent. And what happened for me was that I then eventually went from being really self-destructive to spiraling into a depression where I developed eating disorders and went really inward. So I was very outward, very destructive. Then I went really inward and went very inwardly destructive. Had a terrible opinion of myself, and it was a very, very dark time in my own little world. But At 18 years old, I started to dabble in spirituality. A bit before that, I was reading books. I went to a meditation class. And I don't know exactly when it happened, but I remember getting this, what I now call a vision, where I saw myself. I don't even know where this came from because I didn't know anything about this world at all, but I saw myself on stage speaking to the world about consciousness. And speaking to the world about the fact that we have the power to consciously create our life and consciously transform our life. And I knew that this was my destiny. In that moment, it was just like, oh my God, I'm going to be doing that. And I thought that I was supposed to be a famous actress. In the image, it looked like I was going to be some kind of famous person. And so I then was like, oh, right, that means I must go to theater school. And I did actually love performing and all of that as well. So I took myself off to theater school, which actually took me over to London, England, because I have dual citizenship. My mom's from Scotland. And I have an aunt who live in London. So I came over. I was very much, well, I would now call guided, but at the time I had an idea. I know, I'll go to theater school in London. And was so clear that this was what I was supposed to do. I took myself over to London, ended one of my long-term relationships, and just went for my dreams. And that brought me over here. And, life, often we think we're on track, we think we know what we're doing, and life has different plans for us. So I was on that theater training and again, got back. I remember reading the book Conversations with God. I was dabbling with meditation again. And again, one day I was sitting with meditation and I got this other really powerful vision. And to be honest with you, these visions, when they first started happening, really scared me because I didn't understand what was going on. I'd just be having my eyes closed and I start seeing things, feeling things that I didn't really understand. Now I'm very comfortable with all that, but at the time it was quite scary and confronting. I got a vision again that actually I was a healer. I'm really here to help the world, but through healing. It wasn't through acting. So that was a big ego death for me because I thought I was going to be this successful actress. But actually, very quickly, I stumbled across a healing course. And as soon as I was on that course, I knew that was my future. Now, it's a long journey from that moment to where I am now. But what happened on my healing journey is I was all about helping the world, saving the world, wanting to really make a big difference. And this is a beautiful thing, and I know I did great work from that place. But what really happened for me was that I was massively overgiving and undervaluing myself. I love what I do. I do it for free. I hardly charged appropriately. And from a lot of learning through challenging experiences as well, I realized that actually part of my desire to heal and help the world was coming from my trauma and my wounding. My desire to actually save and rescue my mom, and because I hadn't felt safe. So there was also these crisscross wires with what I was doing and why I was doing it. I had great intentions, and I still do, but sometimes the unconscious wounding and unconscious trauma, these unconscious patterns, can create action that's not always serving us to our greatest potential. And life is here to show us that, right? So when things aren't going how we want, these are also amazing, amazing teaching points for us. So I was, trying to heal the world. I ended up got pregnant at 26, then ended up having 2 daughters, loved being a mom. It was super healing for me, really deeply healing for me, having my daughters, and amazing. But after a few years, I wasn't making any money. Because I was like this healer, just not valuing myself, not charging appropriately, really ungrounded, no plan. I was all about flow, all about, playing with manifestation and the law of attraction, which was great, but I wasn't grounded. It was all very much the universe will bring to me the people I'm meant to work with. And that's true to a degree, and it worked to a degree, but there were some really big missing pieces for me. So we got to the place where we were really stuck financially. We were skint, as we say over here in England. And I was really frustrated. I loved being a mum, but I felt really, really stuck and limited by our situation. I couldn't understand. If I'm here to, help the world and speak to the world, I've got this vision, right? The vision at 18, the vision did not go away, by the way. It was still there. Like, why am I stuck at home with 2 little kids, no money, hanging endless amounts of laundry, with my house in a mess constantly, not even being able to buy organic food that I like, It's like, I don't ask for much. All I want is really healthy food, some holidays, and to do my thing and to have a lovely time with my family. So what started happening then in meditation is once I asked the question about money, I was like, completely at my wit's end. What is going on with money and this planet was my question. And then suddenly this beautiful being appeared in front of me. And this beautiful being was carrying this big pile of gold and gems and jewels and money, and standing right in front of me in my mind's eye, and said, Lara, all of this is available to you right now. And I was like, what? So if all this is available to me, how come that isn't my physical reality? And then I was shown that all these walls in front of me. And they said, well, you have all these walls around you that are stopping, the universe or this being for me to give you this wealth. And I said, well, what are those walls? Why are those walls there? And then I was shown that they were my walls of protection that I built up from my life experience, from my trauma, and from many, many moments, starting from a very, very young age, starting probably even from in the womb. And that was, and I said, you need to, basically I was shown about bringing the walls down in order to receive. So that was the start of my journey with money. And I had so many judgments and points of views around money. Oh my God, I can't tell you, just so many. And it's been a big journey. A big journey. I was doing that very quietly and privately on my own, playing with money manifestation on my own. But it took me on a beautiful, beautiful journey, which brings us to today. Over time, I was very strongly guided to start teaching about money, abundance, and if you might have heard me say this before, it was absolutely the last thing in the world that I wanted to do was to talk to the world about money and abundance. It was very, very confronting for me. I thought I was selling out like some money whore. I thought I'd be really badly judged, especially from the spiritual communities. And it's been a very uncomfortable journey coming out and sharing all this with you. But now I'm so glad I did. So glad I followed that guidance and stepped through the discomfort, because it's the most beautiful and extraordinary thing, which hopefully if you've done some work with me already, and if you're new to this, you're going to discover. So for me, all this work around manifestation, money manifestation, and abundance, it's so much deeper than money alone. It's so much deeper than that. Money is a vehicle. I use money as a vehicle for you to step into your full power, your full potential, your gifts, all that you are. It's a really, really powerful vehicle. It's not the only vehicle, but it's a really powerful one. And it also helps to ground your gifts into physical reality. It's like money in the bank. Because for me, I spent a lot of years, I was very spiritually rich. I was deep in accessing dimensions of consciousness and able to connect into all sorts of different frequencies, which is really cool and really exciting. But there was no money in the bank, as in it wasn't grounded and wasn't landing into physical reality. And what I see for us leaders and change makers is that we're here to land this. We're here to land this consciousness into the physical dimension, into physical life. And we're the vehicles for that. You and your body, your business, your bank account are also vehicles to land this really high frequency energy, this high frequency consciousness into the world. And it's a bit of a journey. Call it mining for gold. And it's not comfortable, as you know. Most people that are drawn to work with me have already done a lot of self-development work, are not new to this path. It's not easy, but that's what I see. That's what I see we're here to do. And, each one of us has our own truth and our own way of experiencing life, but that's what comes through into my awareness anyhow. So today what I want to do is take you through a really powerful process to help you activate your abundance, help you to manifest what is in alignment with your heart and soul, your purpose. Release the ego, release the mind, and really step into alignment so that everything you do and everything you create is in alignment with your heart and soul, which helps you to create from a place of greater ease, greater flow, greater harmony. So it's overall more successful and also brings you ultimate fulfillment. And why I call it living abundance, because it's not just about money alone. We want to be creating a life of abundance in every area of your life. So you're living it, you're experiencing it, you're feeling it, you're embodying it. It's not just a concept, it's not an idea, it's your experience of reality. And that's what we're doing here. Ultimately, you want to feel fulfilled. You want to feel happy. You want to feel at peace. You want to feel free. You want to contribute to the lives of others. You want to make a difference. And we do that when every single area of your life and your needs are being met. So a lot of heart-centered people are like massive overgivers. We want to funnel it in first to help you receive for yourself so that you can really activate your full potential, activate your full gifts, and then really send those ripple effects of transformation out into the world. So I talk in this way because this is what I did. I was all out and I wasn't allowing myself in to receive in for myself. Some people need to do the opposite. They're too in, they're too focused on the kind of greed and gathering, and they need to kind of go out more into contribution. But the people that I attract generally tend to have beautiful, beautiful hearts, want to make a big impact already, and need to actually get this receiving piece down. So we're all at different places. We're all challenged by different experiences, but having coached hundreds of people on this subject now, I realize we're not that different. We're really not that different. Every single person I speak to is asking for very similar things and being challenged by very similar things. So, you're not alone. We're in this together. I really see that this is a co-creation. This is not something that we just do as the I, as the self, all alone. We're absolutely interconnected with each other. And we need to tap into that because that's our superpower as well. So I'm going to stop talking and take you through a beautiful process now. I'd like you to take a deep breath into your body and releasing with the exhale. When we get together in this space, the energy of this space is working with you. The energy of this session is working with you. Keep breathing to receive, to receive, to receive, and releasing with the exhale. If anything's coming up for you, just know it's part of the releasing process. And thank you. I'm excited. All right, so what we want to do is get really clear now on what it is you're being called to manifest. What is in alignment for you to manifest? I call this process really listening to your inner guidance, your heart consciousness, your soul, whatever you want to call it. For me, it's all like similar things. You want to tap into the part of yourself that's aligned with abundance. You want to tap into the part of yourself that knows how to consciously and powerfully and successfully create in your life. You want to tap into yourself that is interconnected with all of life. That is interconnected with all of life, the universe, the earth, one another, and yourself. And why this is so important from my point of view is that everything then that you create and everything that you go and do is going to be contributing to the collective. It's not just about the I and the ego. It's about the interconnectedness of all of life. So this part of us is immensely powerful and is immensely effective at creating. But it's not from a place of hard work, push, force. It has a different energy and a different quality to it. And this part of you creates more effectively from a place of ease, flow, harmony, self-care, self-love. And it's a journey to keep coming back to connect to this part of yourself. But it's there, it's with you. It's the diamond in the rough. So I call this process mining for gold, mining for those gems that are within you. It is within you, it is not without, it is within you. It is here. Everything that you're asking for is here for you now. We have to become really good listeners and tap in to this immense inner guidance and inner wisdom. And from my experience, it is a daily practice to keep coming home. And this is why I've created my Living Abundance Mastermind, why I've got this space for women to really powerfully keep connecting over and over again, because we need to keep listening every day. What's in alignment? What am I being called into today, in this moment now? So take another deep breath into your body. And just know this is one way to play. There are many, many ways to play. This is the way that I like to play because I find it creates really effectively. I've done the hard work, I've done the pushing, I've done the forcing, and all it did was make me ill. And I was like forced, kept being slammed back into myself. Every time I tried to take action that was leaving myself, leaving my center, I'd get slammed back in through illness. So I learned this the hard way, as most of us tend to do. Humans seem to learn the hard way. I like to also have a sense of humor with all of this as well. Okay, so we're going to connect now to your inner guidance, to this heart consciousness, to this wisdom inside of you that knows exactly how to guide you to create the life that you desire. All right. So I want you to get a pen and paper if you don't have it already, because we're going to write down, I'm going to ask you some questions, take you through an inner process, and I want you to write down the answers that come to you. And welcome to everyone who's joining on now. And this, I see the sun is in my face. I'm just going to close this blind for 1 second. There we go. All right. We love the sunshine. All right, so beautiful one, I'd like you to close your eyes, and probably best to sit up for this part of the activation, getting really, really clear. And welcome you here. So the first step is really to connect in, and I'm going to talk to your heart and your soul. One of my gifts that can see and feel who you are on the level of your heart, your soul, that part of you that's infinitely powerful and connected to all of life. It's one of my gifts, and we're going to first do that to access. It's like I'm going to go in and talk to the diamond within you, and I want you to go in and talk to the diamond within yourself as well. Okay, so take a deep breath into your body and close your eyes and welcome yourself here into this moment. You want to keep coming back into your center. I don't know if you notice how easily you pop out of yourself. We want to pop back in, keep landing back in. And from my experience, from the trauma that I experienced, that's what kept me popping out of my body, because it was just too painful to feel. So we've all experienced trauma in varying degrees, and it's not just your own trauma, it's also ancestral trauma. It's ancestral trauma, it's trauma of the collective consciousness, it's all the pain, the unfelt, unheld, unprocessed, unacknowledged pain that we all carry in our bodies and in our DNA as well. And it stops us from being really, really present. It's intense. It's intense being alive. It's intense being present in this moment. But this is also the path or the portal to you really activating all that you desire as well. It's why it takes so much courage and strength to keep coming back, to keep courageously choosing to feel yourself in this moment. So welcome you back and say thank you to yourself. Please give yourself huge acknowledgement for doing this crazy path. Breathing in. And welcome, and I see you. I see your beautiful heart, your beautiful soul, the immensely beautiful gem, the great wealth within you, the great abundance within you, within your heart, within your body. We want to land this incredible essence that you are through the vehicle of your body. Bring it home and land it here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. The very first question I want to ask you is about money. And as I mentioned before, I use money as the vehicle, money as a portal to you activating your gifts, getting clear on what you truly, truly desire. But what it is, there's lots of ways to describe the same thing, but really I use money manifestation as a way to activate your heart. Activate your heart. Activate your power. And what we want to do is align your power with your heart so that you're moving from heart-aligned power. Because we see what happens when power is misused on this planet. So it's time to activate you into your heart-aligned power. So you're using this power, this immense power, to contribute in beautiful ways. to help us live a life of greater freedom and joy, infinite possibility. Thank you. So, this is why it's so important to acknowledge what you truly want and truly desire. Because in your wants and your needs, they're signposts. They're signposts to your gifts, calling you home. So my first question for you is, how much money would you love to be bringing into your life, to be receiving into your bank accounts? Bank accounts, investments, whatever you've got. How much money would you love to be receiving into your life on a monthly basis or an annual basis? And please write that number down. There can be a number that would just really contribute to you now in a really physical, real way. And there also may be a number that's much bigger than what you need for yourself personally. So listen, trust. Some people get like multi-millions, some people get thousands, some people get, hundreds of thousands. Just trust what comes for you. Some people get billions. Just listen and trust your heart. It's a process. It's a practice. It's just a tool. So how much money would you love to be bringing in on a monthly basis or an annual basis? And there might be an answer that comes from the mind, but I really want you to ask your heart and soul, like, what amount of money is really aligned with your wealth frequency, with your true abundant nature? What is that amount? And let's see what comes. Just give you a minute to feel into that. And just watch what your mind does. Watch what your mind does as soon as I ask that question. But feel into your heart. Just for fun. And write it down. And thank you. And so if you're listening to the recording, you can pause this recording at any point if you need more time. We're going to now move to the next piece. I would like to ask you to expand. So you've got this amount of money coming into your life. I'd like you to see, feel, imagine it as if it's here now, as if it's your physical reality now. And ask yourself, what are you doing? What are you experiencing? What are you feeling? What are you creating? What are you doing with this amount of money? What is good about this amount of money? What's this going to do for your life? And write it down. Write down like stream of consciousness what comes to you. What is your life like? And I'll give you a few moments to do this process. And in your own time, you may want to pause the recording and allow a bit more time. So breathing in. What does this amount of money create for you or allow you to do, have, feel, experience? Make sure to include the feeling of what you truly desire. Make sure to include that. What are you feeling? What's the state of being you're in? This is the most important thing, state of being, how you're experiencing life from this place. And breathing into your belly, breathing into your body as you land this in. as you welcome this in. And thank you. Make sure to include quality of life, how you're experiencing your life, what your life is like. Make sure to include that as well. Okay, amazing. Thank you. And you might want some more time. And some areas you might want to look at are, how is your health? You've got your bank, your finances. How's your health? What's your body like? Relationships, love, intimacy, your purpose. What are you doing? Creating, contributing. And also, what's really important is pleasure. What are you doing that's pleasurable to you, enjoyable, fun? Adventures, holiday, travel. So if you're fully alive in your full potential, how are you living your life? And thank you. So we've got the taster of that. You might want to expand more on this in your own time. And thank you. And breathe that in. So from my point of view, this is your heart talking. Or your soul talking, if you will. Your inner guidance. This is that diamond within you, that gem within you, the gold within you that is talking to you. So we need to listen. It's really important. And you might notice it's often really simple what comes through. No one says, I want to fly to the moon and back. You know, it's often, I want to, feel at peace, feel free, joyful. Right? So it's okay. So call it in, welcome it in. Thank you. So the next step I want to do is do a releasing activation. I'll go through this relatively quickly with you now, but you may want to spend more time with it in your own time, so you can go back to the recording and pause it. As soon as we start calling in what we desire, and you may have noticed, as soon as you start saying what you want, or start connected to what you want, what happens? Almost within a nanosecond, the mind has all sorts of thoughts, beliefs. There might be emotions, fears, doubts that come up. This is totally normal, totally human, and part of the challenge of this path, and part of what makes it interesting. But also, this is also where the deep healing and transformation work takes place. It's not bad, it's just part of the process. And what I've found is actually this part of us, I call them abundance blocks, but I actually don't even want to call them blocks anymore. These are portals. These are activations. These are your pain, your challenges, your belief systems are ways for you to funnel even deeper into your abundance. It's your friend. You just need to learn to work with whatever shows up that's here. It's actually here for you, even though it doesn't feel very nice sometimes. So I want to invite you to, if we release all of our judgment and all of our points of view about the blocks, about these limitations, and start seeing them as portals or pathways for our transformation, then we can start working with it, courageously facing and meeting whatever shows up for you on this path. Because every step of the way, and especially when you're up-leveling or you're calling in greater amounts of anything, money, love, health, whatever it is, you're going to meet yourself. You're going to meet the parts of you that have protected yourself from yourself. So what we're going to do next is do a releasing activation. And as you know, because I know so many of you are gifted with so many tools, there are so many tools to help us with releasing. So many. Removing these blocks and obstacles. And just know it's an ongoing process. It just needs your time and attention. And I think every day. So let's call in the amount of money. This amount of money, we're going to use the money as the focus point, because the money is the vehicle for you really fully experiencing this life that is in alignment with your heart and soul. And we're going to ask now to be shown, or even to feel, what is it that's stopping or blocking you? What is it within your energetic system, your beliefs, your emotions, your ancestry that's stopping or blocking you from fully embodying, fully receiving this amount of money now? What is it that's stopping or blocking you from fully receiving, fully landing this amount of money into your life, into your bank account now. And let's ask to be shown what is available to you now, and just feel in and we'll have a little tune in. What is stopping you, blocking you from allowing this to land into your life now? And breathe. And we'll courageously dive in to whatever is showing up for you now. Courageously showing up for you now, breathing in. We put the spotlight of awareness on this pattern or these patterns, and they're often very deep. But please know whatever shows up for you, you're not the only one. There's sort of these universal abundance blocks that affect all of us in slightly different ways. So let's breathe into that now. Okay, I'm going to invite now, we need to give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to release and let this go. So the part of you that's fighting, the part of you that's protecting yourself from this feeling or this fear, the part of you that's been all clamped up, all the energy that you've been using to keep this in place, we're going to invite it to release now. As much as you're willing or ready to release at this time. Sometimes we have to take baby steps. That's why we have to keep coming back to this practice over and over again, because these are really deeply ingrained habits and patterns. And it can be very confronting, very challenging, and it can feel life-threatening at times to release this. So we take it one step at a time with lots of love and compassion for yourself. So breathing in, we're going to ask that diamond again, that inner guidance, that inner wisdom to be here as your support, and whatever you want to call in, your soul team, all the support that's available to you now to be here for this process. I'm going to ask that this block, the protection, this next level that's been blocking you or stopping you from allowing this money to land into your physical reality, into your bank account, money in the bank. We're going to invite your body, your energetic field to release and let go of everything and anything that you are ready and able to release at this time. So breathe deep into your body. Breathe deep into your body. Breathe deep into your body. And what if we just let go and surrender and allow the intelligence of your body, the intelligence of your energy, and the intelligence of your heart to do this for you. You simply need to step aside, step out of the way, and allow the releasing to take place. And we courageously sink in and face the feelings, face the fear, and breathe. And I want you to breathe right down into your pelvic floor, into your sexual organs, the perineum, right down into your belly, right down into your pelvic floor. And we let it go and we hand it over. And what if releasing can happen very, very quickly? What about letting go now? And we can release now, and we can release now, and we can release now. So we want to release the point of view or the idea that it takes ages. It can take ages, but it can also go boop, release completely, quickly now. It's just a choice in this moment that we have to keep making over and over again. So breathing down deep into your pelvic floor, your root chakra, your base chakra, into your hips. Get you nice and grounded. Breathing right down into your belly. Because this block, these emotions, these fears, these points of views are actually like the protecting. They're like the rocks around the diamond. They're the rocks around the diamond, and we want to drop you into yourself. In our Living Abundance Mastermind, we talk about the wealth cave a lot, dropping into your wealth cave, that part of you where the wealth, the abundance, the diamond resides, right deep down into your body, your heart, and your belly. And we want you to now land and embody Embody what you are calling in. So next we're going to move into an embodiment. Know that the releasing, all of this is happening all at the same time. All you need to do is breathe and allow. Breathe and allow. Relax around your pelvic floor. Release a bit around your pelvic floor. All that holding and tension, just let it go a little bit. We want to activate your pleasure center. Activate your pleasure center and allow yourself to be relaxed and safe in this body to help you to embody this wealth frequency. Embody your abundance. Breathing into your body. Breathing into your body, breathing into your body. And you can see I'm doing a little wiggle, doing little hip rotations. That's what feels right to me in this moment. So listen to your body. If your body wants to move, please move. If it wants to lie down, please lie down. Honor your body and honor the process. Just listen and breathe. So now we're going to invite you and your body, every single cell in your body, to become the vibrational frequency of this amount of money that you're calling in. Everything is simply energy. This amount of money that you're calling in is energy. It's a particular vibrational frequency that is aligned with your heart and your soul. It's aligned with your heart and your soul, so we're going to call it in. We're going to activate every single cell in your physical body to become the vibrational frequency and align with this vibrational frequency of the amount of money that you're calling in. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. And we're bringing that right down into every single cell, particularly in your legs, to help this get nice and grounded. We want to get all that beautiful energy around your heart and your soul, those higher dimensional frequencies, landing through the vehicle of your body, landing through the vehicle of your body. So you're really embodying it. Your body is the vehicle. Your bank account is the vehicle. Your business is the vehicle. So land it. Bring it home. You are the center point. You are the source of creation. You need to be the walking, talking embodiment of this energetic frequency now. So breathe it in, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. And as we do this, we continue to release. And we lovingly let go of the old paradigms, the old programs, the old patterns, the old pain body. The old versions of reality that are no longer in alignment with you, that are no longer in alignment with your path, that are no longer in alignment with your heart and your soul. They are no longer in alignment with what you're here to do, what you're here to land, what you're here to become and embody. And thank you. And breathe. And breathe. You are this beautiful seed. We are planting the seed into this gorgeous fertilized soil. And with the right container, the right support, the seed starts to crack open. And those roots start to grow, and we're growing those roots now, and we're allowing those roots of consciousness from the consciousness of your heart to take root through your body, to take root through this life, to take root through your business, to create strong foundations, strong roots for you to grow that beautiful money tree to bear fruit eventually. Okay, so breathe, and so it is, and so and knowing the consciousness of roots and the root systems of trees and all life communicates with one another. So take your roots down, down, down through your body, down, down, down to the earth, and allowing the interconnectedness of all of life to work with you, to feed you, that dance and interplay between you and all of life, all of the beings on this planet, life on this planet. We are all interconnected. We take those roots down, down, deeper, down, down. And that's also where we can also receive all the nutrients, receive all the support, receive all the love, receive all the connection that you absolutely need to thrive in this life, thrive on this planet. We're releasing the separation. We're releasing the separation between yourself and others. We're releasing the programs of scarcity and lack and separation. That is not your truth. That is not your ultimate truth. So breathing in. Sinking back home, sinking back into yourself and welcome home. Sinking back home to yourself and welcome home to this deepest truth that you know so deeply within your being. What a relief to finally sink into your wealth frequency. What a relief to finally sink into this wealth cave deep within yourself. What a relief to know finally, I don't have to do this alone. I was never meant to do this alone. In fact, I cannot do this alone. It's the deepest vulnerability landing into this part of you. But it's your greatest power. Your greatest power. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please give thanks to yourself and breathing in. And breathing in. And releasing with the exhale. And releasing with the exhale. And as much as we've done today, we've activated, we've listened to your heart consciousness, to your heart wisdom. We've released the blocks and obstacles to you fully embodying all that you are. You are more embodied, more connected, more landed, more grounded, more rooted into your wealth frequency now than ever before. And you are interconnected with all this beautiful, beautiful beings that are here on this live, that are here in this space, that are here with you, the seen and unseen. And you are more landed and rooted and embodied. And what happens when they do this? You create a vortex. You create a space for receiving. You create a space for receiving. So we're activating that vortex of receiving within your body. This just happens. This happens through this state of being. It's not a doing, it's a being. So trust, you're here, you're landed, you're activating. And we start, the vortex of receiving starts to turn, starts to spin. And there's more room now for you to receive than ever before. And you allow it in, you allow it in, you allow it in. And we receive all of it. The love, the abundance, the connection, the joy. And we also courageously receive the pain that's there. We courageously receive all the pain as well. And allow it to funnel through this vortex of receiving, to be transformed, to be realigned into this next frequency. And this next level for you, this next level of your life, this next level of your purpose. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in, and so it is. And keep breathing. Thank you. Thank you. And we want to honor and trust in the process, trust in your own rhythm, trust in your own cycle, trust in the divine intelligence of your body and your inner guidance system. Your job is to listen. Your job is to listen. We release the judgments, release our point of views, release the pressure you put on yourself, and listen. And now, from this place of deep connection and alignment, we're going to call in for your guidance, your inner guidance. So we've done our activation and our alignment, and now we want to really tune in from this place of being deeply connected and centered around action. Okay, so I'm going to ask your inner guidance, your inner wisdom. What are you being called into? What action are you being guided to take at this time? It might be something very active. It might be something quite passive. What are you being guided to do at this time? What action is aligned with you today, now, at this time in your life? And let's breathe in and take a few moments to listen to that. Guided action. And write down what comes to you. And write it down, even if it scares you. Notice the mind popping in. There's all these endless opportunities for more releasing. What are you being guided to do? What action are you being guided to take? Sometimes my action is to go for a walk. Sometimes my action is to get a massage. It's not always about business. It's not always about like obvious action that's going to bring more money in the bank. But it's all about getting you into the right alignment and right vibrational frequency for receiving, and then for being able to take the most powerful, effective action. Okay, so sometimes it's really like strong, kind of scary action, and sometimes it's really what we might call more passive action. But it's all really effective. It's all part of it. So release the judgment. It's like, okay, cool. What am I being guided into today? What am I being guided to do today? What action is aligned for me to take today and tomorrow, the next day? We keep coming back. That's why in our mastermind, we keep coming back to this again and again and again, because we want to be listening to this, to the flow. We want to be really tapping into the current of consciousness within you and all around you to know what is in alignment. So we're creating in harmony with your life. We're creating in harmony with your body. So what is that? Write it down. Write it down. And I want to ask you, because I know that the guidance can sometimes be really clear, but I know that it's essential that we absolutely need support to step out of our comfort zone, to step into these new dimensions, because they can be very confronting. So I want to ask your inner guidance, your inner wisdom, what support do you need to take this action? What do you need to put in place to take this action so you actually go and actually do it? Yeah? What do you need to put in place? What do you need? And then we call that in as well. We call that in. And even if that's confronting, maybe it's asking for help, write it down and just hold it as an intention for now. Okay, what support do you need to take this action? And remember, you can pause this video when you're listening to the recording at any time if you need a bit more time. Okay. Amazing. And welcome to all the people that have popped on since I've been talking. Welcome, welcome. People from France and Africa. So cool. I love connecting with this global community and network. It's beautiful. Thank you. Okay. So, I'm aware of our time and your time. And so we're going to round off. But I want you to know that this is an ongoing practice. An ongoing practice. And to recap, you want to keep connecting to the guidance, to the wisdom of your heart and soul, to what is in alignment for you to manifest, for you to create at this time. And you want to connect to that energy, become that vibrational frequency. And we do that by doing the releasing work, by tuning in and listening. What needs to be released? What needs our loving attention today? And that's, the pain, that's the trauma, that's the fears, that's the doubts. It needs our love and presence in order to feel safe to let go. And then we let go and we release and we embody. We come home, we get into the body, present, connected, which creates a vortex of receiving, which allows us to be open up to receive, to receive. So that's when we have that magical serendipitous moments where things just manifest like that, instant manifestation. And also we get tapped in and tuned into our inner guidance system, to that inner wisdom that's actually going to tell us what action we have to take. Because yes, part of it is just receiving, just lying back passively and receiving. And there are things that you have to put one foot in front of the other. There's action that you have to take, but we want to make sure that that action is aligned action, not ego-led action, because a lot of, sensitive heart-led people, their egos will sabotage any action that's actually successful. Some egos overinflate, but a lot also kind of bring you down, way, way down. And so we want to really listen about what action is in alignment beyond the ego, beyond the mind, beyond your pain body, beyond this sense of separation and lack and scarcity, and tap you into alignment that's really going to create a life of true abundance for you, which is a life of love and connection and fulfillment and freedom and joy. And it's not all that, we're still human beings having a human experience, but we can bring more and more of this beautiful high frequency heart consciousness energy into your life, into your business, into your bank account. And I know that from that place, that's where you make extraordinary contributions to the lives of others, but you start within inner transformation, outer change, that you're the walking, talking embodiment of what's possible. And you do it from inspiration. You inspire others by being it yourself. Start with you. Has to be embodied. Has to be embodied. And that's a journey and an ongoing one. So with that, please know that it's essential for you to get support. You are not meant to do this alone. You are never supposed to do this alone. And that just, keeps you sad and separated and struggling unnecessarily. So please make sure that you reach out and get the support that you need, and know that this is an ongoing practice. It's an ongoing practice. And that's why I've created my Living Abundance Mastermind, to keep going back in and landing in again and again and again. So what I want to leave you with is a very free, loving gift from my heart to yours, to continue the connection. If you would love to connect, you're feeling that call, that would be really powerful. I'd love to invite you to have a free, or to apply for a free one-to-one call with me. This is an abundance activation session where we get really clear together. We go in with my focus and attention fully on you, getting super clear about what's the line for you to manifest at this time. I can help you with that process, and there's a really powerful activation that happens with that, with you being witnessed by me in the session. We look at what's stopping you or blocking you from fully allowing that to manifest and align, and we get super crystal clear, put a big spotlight on the block. And sometimes we have blinders to ourselves, and it can be actually quite hard sometimes to see ourselves. And I go in with a loving spotlight, and we go and really just expose what's there with total love and respect, and get super crystal clear on the next best aligned action for you in your life that will help you to keep moving forward, to actually manifest what you desire. I see it as your destiny, but it does require work. It requires our courage and our attention, and that aligned action piece as well. So I'd love to invite you to apply. These sessions are not for everybody, so please read the application page. These are the best fit for people who are already experienced with self-development work, who, generally speaking, conscious leaders, change makers, business owners, entrepreneurs, visionaries tend to be a really great fit for this call. But if you're getting that yes feeling, I'd love to connect one-to-one, just read the application page and please feel free to apply. All right, my lovelies, I want to give you a huge, huge, heartwarming love hug, love and gratitude and thanks for your presence today. It really fills my heart. And thank you for your presence, and please share, please type in how this session was for you, what you got from it. You can share with us and be visible in the group. Share, you can make a little video or a post. I'd love to hear from you, and make sure to go and apply right away, because there are limited spaces for those sessions I forgot to mention. So please go and apply right now, and I look forward to connecting with you again after this call. Lots of love, and speak to you soon.